Okay, I just got out of Battleship. I decided to take the day off and go all the way to the Tri-Cities. Yeah, for those of you who've never been to Washington, Tri-Cities is basically, it's obviously an area with three cities, Kennewick, I'm currently in Kennewick, Pasco, and, Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. Yeah, there we go. And it's about like an hour and a half drive from Yakima, depending on which on which route you take. There's the freeway, and then there's like this other back road area which I took because I take road trips because I'm a very scenic kind of guy. And I just got out of Battleship, and I've heard a lot of things about Battleship. It's like everyone saw that movie and saw the trailers, and everyone was like, "Oh god, this is gonna suck," or it's gonna be like a fairly stupid or fairly bad movie, to the point of Doug Walker posting on Facebook about the clip from The Critic where it's like, "If the movie stinks, just don't go." Very sound advice, but it's like, and finally, there's my friend Connor Ramjet94 who, well, let's just say he likes the Transformers movies, so that kind of gives you like a little slice of like his taste in films. So he rather enjoyed the film and decided for me to actually go see the film for myself, to what I would get out of it. We were just talking about, we were just Skyping last night about, script writing, a lot of different things, and one thing I'm always hoping for when I go see a movie is if it's really good or really shitty. To quote Claudio Fragasso from Troll 2, the director of Troll 2, he this is from the documentary Best Worst Movie. He said, in Italian obviously, he said something along the lines of, saying that you made the worst movie ever made is just as good of a compliment as saying that you made the best, because it means you made an impression. That makes a lot of sense to me, because that makes a lot more sense to me, because it's like, for me as a moviegoer or a critic, when I want to talk about movies, it's like, if the movie is really good, then I can just espouse all, just to talk about how, all the stuff that I really liked about it, like WALL-E. I really liked the animation in WALL-E, the style. I love the characters. I love the sweet romance because I'm just kind of a sappy kind of guy. Or Avengers. I really loved Avengers because I gave a shit about the characters, which made the action more interesting and more gripping and intense. And all of the really funny moments, really fun light moments, made it a really legitimately good film, to me at least. I really enjoyed Avengers. Battleship is not like that, but it's not a really shitty movie either. It's not, from what I've heard, it's basically it's like Peter Berg is trying to be Michael Bay, or trying to be, it's like these are filmmakers, good filmmakers, actively trying to make a shitty movie. I don't know why you would want to do that. I don't get why. Especially if it's this kind of shitty movie. It's not like what was it, there's a movie where they actively tried to make it look like a 50s B movie. Kind of like how The Artist was trying to be exactly like a 1920s stop motion silent film. The reason why I keep tiptoeing around Battleship is because, I really don't care for Battleship, the movie, that much, because it starts off weird, almost cartoonishly comedic, with the introduction of Taylor Kitsch, and it's something to do with him breaking into a convenience store to get a chicken burrito for this one girl. He ends up dating that girl. And the girl is the daughter of Liam Neeson, who's supposed to be a hard ass, and Liam Neeson isn't really in the movie that much. He's in the movie enough to already know, oh yeah, Liam Neeson is still in this movie, but he's not actively part of it. And Taylor Kitsch is supremely unlikable until the aliens come down and he has to actually wise up and do something and become a leader. And the Japanese is in there. Like the Japanese guy's in there. I keep forgetting their names, but it's like this movie was trying to be Independence Day too, because to the point of having the really weird, awkward, frenetically creepy guy with glasses who looks like Jeff Goldblum with a beard, but he's more spasmatic. So it's the weird Indian guy with the glasses. And that's the thing with Battleship is one of those movies where I don't want to see. One of those movies I don't like seeing is because I can't say anything about it. I can't do anything with it because there's nothing to talk about that much. I could find certain aspects of it, like certain key points, but on the whole, it's just it's okay. I can understand why people would enjoy it because action is fairly decent, with some of that. Granted, it does have the frenetic Jason Bourne camera, crappy ass editing that I hate so much. But I can fully understand why you would go see a movie like this. I get it. It's not like when the action git is pretty enjoyable. Kind of lengthy, really. I think it's over 2 hours. And like everyone says, like the last scene where they bring out all of their destroyers are destroyed. So they bring in the Battleship, the USS Missouri relic from World War II, and they bring in the veterans who know how to work the ship. So that was a cool scene. And I have to admit, when they were starting to prep that, like the montage to get that ship ready, and they started playing Thunderstruck by AC/DC, yeah, that was kind of cool. Mostly because you put Thunderstruck to anything and it's awesome. AC/DC makes everything better. One thing I found out, like, the movie ends with a really weird brick joke with the chicken burrito thing. With just if you're really curious, go on to TV tropes or watch the movie if you really want to. One thing that kind of stuck out to me, like at the end, was why the freaking hell did they play Fortunate Son at the end of this movie? I understand that I don't get it at all. I don't get why Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater. If you don't know what that song is, it opens up with the down down down. It ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. The song is about the song is about this guy who is not fortunate enough to be born into a rich family or to be born a senator's son, because those are the people that were able to dodge the draft without skipping off to Canada. Like when that song was written, it was it was a protest song for the Vietnam War, for the draft. It's like, oh, look at all these people who have all these connections, who are born into rich families. They can pay off the government so they don't have to go to war. But I'm not them. I can't do that. If I get drafted, I have to go, unless I have to skip off to Canada, and then I'm a freaking criminal. So I don't know why they end the movie with that, because I don't get why. It made sense in Forrest Gump, because they play it when he's going to Vietnam. But they play it at the end of this movie, and I'm just going, why? I ain't no fortunate son. The bastard just freaking saved the damn Earth, and sort of kind of won the approval of Liam Neeson for his daughter's hand, kind of. How is he not a fortunate son? He survived through all that shit. Ugh. That's the thing. It's like that was the one part of the movie I did not get. I could not understand. It's like the movie was so bland and okay that I have to stick onto that. I had to like, the only thing I could really find bitch-worthy in this movie is why they chose to use Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival at the end of the movie. And that's it. That's the only thing I can really bitch about the movie for, except for, like, it's really slow at the beginning and all of that. It's just weird. It's an okay movie. It's like, I wouldn't say it's like Michael Bay. It's more like Roland Emmerich on an off day. So that's really I have to say about Battleship. I'm gonna go to Hastings and probably get an anime DVD, because Hastings is a really good shop, because it's basically Barnes and Noble crossed with GameStop and Blockbuster. And yes, there are still Blockbusters around. People keep saying like they are closing down all over the place, but there's still at least 2 Blockbusters in Yakima. But yeah, Hastings, it's like, you can go there, you can rent movies, you can buy movies, there's a huge freaking anime selection. You can get like collectors, video game merchandise, or like action figures. There's manga there. There's a huge freaking section of the bookstore and video games. They have everything I want there. So I need to figure out where the hell that is, and then I can go home. I just wanted to share with you my experience with Battleship, so I'll get back to script writing and making PMV Menaces when I get home, so peace.